Okay, lots of students try to make eyeballs for their character. Easiest way to make an eyeball, take a piece of clay, small piece of clay, even smaller than that. And I'm going to roll a tiny little eyeball. That is the eyeball itself that I'm going to attach. So, once I've got kind of the appropriate size made for the size of my face, I'm going to attach that. That looks a little small in my opinion. I could leave it. I could have a little beady-eyed character, but I'm going to make mine slightly bigger because maybe I want the eyeballs exaggerated. Okay, I like that size better. Now I have to decide how far off the edge I want my eyeball to stick out. If I don't want it to stick out as far, I need to cut that in half from the side, but I kind of like how far it's sticking out. So now I'm going to attach this piece of clay the same way I attach the nose. I'm going to dip my toothbrush in water, and I'm going to brush the edge that's going to attach, and then I'm going to put my fingers inside my pot to support it, and I'm going to brush where it's going to attach so I have slip on top of my scoring. Now I'm going to stick. So that is step number 1. In my opinion, you could make this look even more realistic or have eyelids. So I'm going to show you how to do an eyelid. There's a couple of ways you could do an eyelid. You could take another piece of clay and squish it as hard as you can so it becomes as thin as it can. Then that piece is going to become an eyelid. So I'm going to measure this across my eyeball to see if it's long enough, which mine is long enough, but I've got all this extra clay up here, so I'm going to trim that back, and now I'm going to remove that. So this is going to act like an eyelid to build an eye socket. So now I have to do the 4 S's, score, slip, stick, smooth. I'm going to brush along the edge, brush on that side, turn that over, line that up, and I'm sticking. So now that I've got it stuck on, step 4 is smooth. I want to make all this clay disappear into the head. So I'm going to smooth that away. And I think that will work. But now I need to do a bottom eyelid. So I got to reverse that process. I'm going to squish another flat piece of clay. I'm going to line that up along the bottom edge. That fits. I'm going to trim off my extra. And now I have to score, slip, stick, smooth. So I'm going to brush here, and brush here. And I still had water on my toothbrush. It was still slimy with slip. And I'm going to stick that on. Then I'm going to make all this clay disappear into the bottom of the eyeball area. So what it looks like is an eyelid that's left over. So now I could use my ink pen and poke a hole if I want it to have a pupil. So now that's how I've started to build up an eye socket. So then I could work with eyebrows from there if I wanted it to have eyebrows. If I want big puffy eyebrows, I would roll a coil and I could shape that piece around my eye. That's kind of a silly eyebrow. I could give them a unibrow if I want. And then the same thing, I would use my toothbrush, score, slip, stick, smooth. My toothbrush still has slip on it, so I can just keep using it. If it didn't have slip, I'd have to dip it in water. And maybe I make him have a funny expression where his eyebrow is raised up, like he's going, huh?